Student, last class I discussed about the induced EMF equation E1 and E2. Now, as the current in the primary is alternating in nature, here current in the primary is alternating in nature as we are connecting the alternating source in the primary, so that the magnetic force H is cyclic from one positive half, that is H1, to the corresponding negative value, that is minus H1, as the current is alternating in nature, so that the magnetic force cyclically vary from positive H1 to negative minus H1. Here flux density and flux in same axis. Again, the magnetic intensity H and the exciting current in same axis. So we are already know this is the hysteresis loop curve. Now look at the curve carefully. When magnetic force is minus H1, that time the flux density have maximum value, that is OA. Again we say, when magnetic force is minus H1, that time the flux density or flux have value OA. Now magnetic force H1 decrease, so that the exciting current also decrease, as we take both H and IE in same axis, and it become 0. At that time the flux density or flux is equal to OB. Okay. Now when IE become positive, IE become positive and it equal to OC, the flux or flux density is reduced to 0. So from this figure, IE becomes positive when the flux have negative value. Suppose we are considering I is a positive in this position, so that the flux has the negative value in this value. So IE leads the magnetic flux or flux density at an angle, that is the hysteretic angle. So very simple. Here in next figure, IE and phi taken in same axis and in omega t in another axis. So both are sinusoidal in nature. So IE is alternating in nature. So from this figure, when IE have 0 value, IE have 0 value, the flux have a negative value OB. Flux have a negative value OB. So that is OB. When exciting current value is OC, that is OC, the flux value or flux density value is 0. So from this equation we take two instant, that is omega t1 and omega t2, and simply we say that the exciting current leads the flux at an angle here alpha. That angle is the hysteresis angle. Now, as we know from the transformer equation, that is E1 equal to N1 phi max omega sine omega t minus pi by 2, or E2 equal to N2 phi max omega sine omega t minus pi by 2. So from these two equations we can simply say that the induced EMF E1 or E2 in primary and secondary winding lacks the flux at an angle 90 degree if we take flux as the reference. So first I take the flux of the transformer as a reference. Okay. So E1 and E2 is 90 degree lag from the flux line. So this is 90 degree lag, and taking this is E1 and E2. Now for the simplicity we take a voltage value V1 dash that is equal to E1. So this is suppose V1 dash that is equal to E1 minus of E1. Now exciting current IE, as we discussed before, lead the flux at an angle alpha, that is hysteretic angle. So this is suppose your exciting current, and that angle is alpha. Alpha is your hysteretic angle. Now this exciting component current has two components. One is IM, that is magnetizing component current, and another is IC, that is core loss component current. So IM is along the phi and called the reactive or magnetizing component current because it provides the required magnetic flux. This is IM, that is magnetizing component current. Okay, again another component is IC, that is core loss component or power component. It is in phase with V1 dash so that it gives the core loss. So from this phasor we simply write that is V1 dash into IC is nothing but PC, that is core loss. Okay, so IC is PC by V1 dash, and from this figure we again say that the IE exciting current is equal to root over of IM square plus I square. Now primary circuit have primary resistive drop as well as primary reactive drop. Here I take that the transformer run at no load conditions. Okay, so primary resistive drop, if I take the primary current and now only exciting current, so primary resistive drop should be IE into R1, that is in phase with IE. Okay, so for the calculation we draw in parallel with IE. Suppose this is IE R1. R1 is the primary side resistive drop. Now from this 90 degree apart, that is IE X1. X1 is the primary circuit reactance. As it is imaginary axis, we write JIE X1. Now V1 prime plus IE R1 drop plus reactive drop gives the total source voltage, that is V1. Okay, so here this is the phasor diagram of single phase transformer at no load condition. Again, one thing you have to know, that the primary leakage flux, suppose phi L1, is always in phase with the exciting current. Suppose primary have a leakage flux phi of L1, it is always in phase with exciting current. So this is the phasor diagram of single phase transformer at no load condition. At no load condition, secondary side current is 0. Okay, so there is no I2 value, okay, or V2 value. Thank you.